The sun had barely risen over the quiet town of Westmere when the Slater family home began to fill with mourners. A somber hush swept through the neighborhood as friends, relatives, and even strangers who had only known Jay Slater through headlines and heartbreak gathered to pay their respects. What was once a vibrant, laughter-filled household now held the stillness of grief, a space caught between memory and mourning. Jay Slater, a 19-year-old apprentice electrician with a heart far larger than his frame, was reported missing 3 weeks ago after a hiking trip with friends turned into every family's worst nightmare. The search that ensued was nothing short of monumental. Volunteers scoured forest trails, helicopters combed the skies, and his face became etched in the national consciousness, smiling, full of life, now tragically cut short. Yesterday, authorities confirmed the results of Jay's autopsy. The findings brought no closure, only more layers to the heartbreak that has gripped his family and the community. The report stated that Jay had succumbed to injuries consistent with a steep fall. No foul play was suspected, but the details painted a haunting picture. A boy lost in the wild, his last moments a fight for survival in the unforgiving terrain of nature. "He died alone," whispered his mother, Carol Slater, as she clutched a framed photo of her son, taken at last year's family barbecue. But he wasn't forgotten, not for a second. The coroner's findings confirmed what the family feared. Jay had likely fallen after slipping on a rain-slicked ledge, his body found in a ravine partially hidden by brush and thick undergrowth. The terrain had made recovery difficult, and it was only after a drone survey that his body was located. Time had distorted the hope they once clung to into an agonizing acceptance. But this story is not just one of tragedy. It is one of remembrance, resilience, and love. Carol and Mark Slater, Jay's parents, had channeled their sorrow into something meaningful. In the days following the autopsy report, as funeral plans began to take shape, the family made it clear. Jay's send-off would be a celebration, not a lament. It would be a tribute worthy of the boy who never failed to light up a room. "He was all spark," said Jay's older sister Megan, "not just because he worked with electrics, he was electricity. Always moving, always laughing, always lifting someone else up." The funeral is scheduled for this Saturday, and already the town's community center has been transformed. Banners bearing Jay's signature catchphrase, "Buzzin', as always," hang from the rafters. A local artist has painted a mural featuring Jay's silhouette standing atop a hill, his arms raised in triumph, overlooking the town he loved. The family has asked guests to wear bright colors, especially Jay's favorite electric blue, in honor of his vibrant spirit. Even in death, Jay continues to inspire. The Slaters announced that a foundation in his name will be launched following the funeral. The Jay Slater Trail Foundation, dedicated to improving safety measures and awareness for young hikers and adventurers. The charity will offer GPS trackers to student explorers, provide wilderness safety training in local schools, and work closely with mountain rescue teams to better equip them for future emergencies. "Jay loved being outdoors," said his father Mark. "We want other kids to explore, to feel free, but we want them to come home. If we can stop one family from going through what we've gone through, it'll mean something." The community has rallied behind the initiative. Already, donations have poured in, some from people who never knew Jay but were moved by his story. Messages of support line the walls of the Slaters' home, now a shrine of memory. There are football jerseys signed by teammates, childhood drawings, and letters from primary school teachers who recalled his mischievous charm and boundless curiosity. Among the tributes, one stands out, a short note written by a classmate, pinned to a bouquet of sunflowers. It reads, "You taught me how to laugh at myself. Thank you for being kind when you didn't have to be. I won't forget you, Jay." As Saturday approaches, preparations continue. A local band, which Jay adored, has agreed to perform at the service. They'll play his favorite song, "Chasing Stars," a fitting melody for someone who was always looking up, dreaming bigger. His best friend, Lewis, will deliver a eulogy. He's been writing and rewriting it, unsure if words can ever truly capture Jay's essence. He was more than a best mate, he was my brother. The kind of guy who'd give you his last cigarette, his last laugh. Hell, even his last clean pair of socks. It's this portrait of Jay, the generous spirit, the goofy grins, the loyal friend, that will endure. Tragedy may have taken his life, but it cannot erase the echoes he left behind.